Welcome to BeatzNEatz, the Feng Shui Flavor Fusion Edition. We have a very special guest. She is a holistic interior designer, Feng Shui practitioner, expert in furniture refinishing and repurposing. She's been bringing beauty and balance to homes for over 2 decades. Her expertise blends budget-friendly designs, Feng Shui, and personal style that radiates comfort and creativity. My BeatzNEatz studio is no exception. Please give a warm BeatzNEatz welcome to the owner and founder, Miss DeHart of DeHart Designs. Welcome.
Hi, Chef. Thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here with you.
I'm so happy that you can join us and tell us all about this creative space that you've created for us, and just give us some insight on inspiration and everything that comes with just bringing love to a space.
Chef Net, that is my favorite thing to do. I know we're going to cook here today.
Absolutely.
But for me, I would much rather have a paintbrush in my hand. I love taking things that are maybe a little old or tired or uninspired and giving them some new life. And so you gave me an opportunity to do that very thing right here in your studio. Thank you for that.
Thank you so much. I appreciate, it takes trust, and we talked about that as well. To trust to come into somebody's home, let alone their space, but their home, and just give them comfort and knowing that you're gonna be with them every step of the way, and that's what you did for me. And so I'm greatly, greatly, greatly appreciative of your gift and your talent.
You're very welcome. It's an honor to be a part, hopefully a permanent part of BeatzNEatz.
Absolutely. You're here now, so we already got you. We already got you. So today, like Beth said, we're gonna cook up an amazing meal. We're gonna make a Keto Marry Me Chicken. And that's been a pretty hot topic that's trending right now on social media. So we're just gonna step into that and get this going. You see how we got these wonderful ingredients here. And the ingredients for the Marry Me Chicken are chicken breast, olive oil, salt, pepper, fresh garlic, dried thyme, dried oregano, red pepper flakes, some chicken broth, heavy cream, and we're using coconut cream, sun-dried tomatoes, spinach, and Parmesan cheese. Doesn't that sound amazing?
Sounds amazing.
Oh, keto. Remember, it's keto. You ready to cook?
I would love that. Let's cook.
We're gonna get our pan going and get this Keto Marry Me Chicken going. And here's some more from Beth, DeHart of DeHart Designs, about her business and what she enjoys about this whole Feng Shui holistic thing that she has going, that she's wonderful at.
Thank you. Chef Net is very generous, as you guys can tell. But I, a long time ago, decided I wanted a beautiful home that was welcoming and interesting, but I didn't have a whole lot of money. So I had to figure out ways to bring that about kind of on my own. And so just over many, many years of trying different things, picking things up off the side of the road, furniture pieces, and figuring out how to turn those into something I would want in my home.
Right.
I sort of developed a bit of a style. And then a few years ago, I ran across this concept of Feng Shui. And you know how cooking, Chef Net, for you, it just feels like your thing. It makes sense to you.
Absolutely.
Feng Shui is that for me, because Feng Shui is all about energy. And it asks the question, can your home support you positively from an energetic perspective? And Feng Shui says that answer is absolutely yes. So it's an ancient approach to how to set up your physical space to help harness the energy that is available in your home to support you in basically every area of your life.
And I could tell, like, when you say that energy, like, you can feel a difference in this room. As before, it's just a room with 4 walls and whatever. But now that I have this furniture that you created, y'all, she actually created this piece behind us and taking, refurbished, like she said, and just making it new and making it for your space and bringing that energy, and you have the experience. And I hope and I pray that you get the experience what I'm experiencing as well.
Chef Net, can we talk about these bricks?
Let's talk about the bricks. I added some oil to the pan, so our oil is getting hot, but you can go ahead.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So these bricks are not real bricks. We are literally just standing in a room that is normally a guest.
You weren't supposed to tell them that.
Was I not?
No.
Oh.
Cat's out of the bag now. Go ahead and proceed. I'll just get my oil ready. Telling secrets.
Well, remember a minute ago when I said I wanted to find a way to make things beautiful on a budget. There is a painting strategy called trompe-l'oeil. It's a French term which basically means to trick the eye. And that's exactly what I hope we're doing with these bricks. This, 3 weeks ago was just a white wall, right?
Right, yeah.
So Chef Net and I came in here with our painting clothes and our gloves and a whole bunch of painter's tape and a whole bunch of colors of paint. And we applied this trompe-l'oeil technique to create these bricks. Now, one might think it's bricks, they're heavy, they're oppressive. No. Bricks tend to have a very warming effect when you have them behind you. Surprising, right? But they're made, bricks are made of the earth. And so really you're building the earth up behind you to support what you're doing with the bricks, and also they're really pretty.
They are.
Yeah. So I really enjoy doing techniques like this. Yeah. I've done it with children's nurseries, created children's murals in there and things like that. So it's a fun project for me, and it has a big impact for not a lot of money.
She was talking about how we came in and did everything, on a budget, because I got groceries to buy for you guys. I can't be spending a lot. So the budget friendly part was a perk for me, and the fact that they just looked so much like the depth of them gives brick. It gives brick all day. So without having to lug a bunch of bricks into your home. So that's the part that really excited me when she first told me that there was an actual technique. Trompe-l'oeil. Yeah. So our pan is ready. We're gonna keep on talking, but we're gonna make this Keto Marry Me Chicken. Our oil is ready. So would you like to do the honor of dropping? You drop the first brick. You can drop the first piece of chicken.
You sure you trust me?
I trust you.
All right.
Absolutely.
Okay, here we go. Chef Net, it looks like there's stuff on these pieces of chicken already.
The chicken has been seasoned with seasoned salt and pepper. They were pretty big pieces. So what I did was I just pounded them out a little bit with a hammer.
A hammer?
A hammer. I took a hammer to a piece of chicken and I pounded it.
That is not something you hear every day. Okay, how'd I do?
Right. You did great.
Awesome.
She did great, you guys. She's good. I'm just gonna add a little bit more oil to it and let our chicken get going. Like I mentioned before, this is keto, the keto version of Marry Me Chicken. Would you like to explain to us what keto is and how you've experienced keto and the benefits of it?
I would love to, yes. You said it's sort of hot on social media right now, the idea of keto, the keto diet. For me, I don't call it a diet anymore. It's just the way that I eat. I started eating this way about 6.5 years ago.
Okay.
It's just how I eat now. So a teeny tiny bit of background. Before that, I was about 80 pounds heavier than I am now. Wow. And my joints hurt all the time. I wasn't terribly old. I was in my 40s at that time, but my joints hurt a lot. I felt way older than I actually was. This is maybe a whole lot of background on me, but
the more the merrier.
I was literally addicted to sugar as if it was a drug. I mean, if you could imagine an addict of whatever chemical you might want to imagine, and in the worst state that they could be in with that addiction, that was me in regard to sugar.
Wow.
It was as bad as you could imagine it. One day I said, I've got to do something. I don't want to, my quality of life was really bad. And I didn't want to live that way. Fast forward a bit, I found the keto diet. And the long and short of the keto diet is absolutely no sugar whatsoever.
Right.
Very few carbohydrates and very high fat. Now that's the part that throws people off.
Yeah.
Right. Because people go, ooh, fat, ooh, bad.
Yeah.
No. The problem with fat is when you have both fat and sugar in your diet. Those two together.
So you got the butter and the sugar.
Yes.
Oh,
okay. Yes. Even some drinks, that have high sugar, and sometimes you'll find a little bit of fat in there as well.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. But it's
sports drinks.
Yes. Yeah.
Sodas,
those two things together is the problem. That's where you get clogged arteries.
She's dropping some knowledge.
Yeah. But when you take the sugar away, your body has the potential to do something that people don't necessarily know about. We can turn food into energy with two different pathways. One is the one that we typically think of with sugar. You take in sugar, carbohydrates, which also break down to sugar as the base molecule.
Is garlic keto?
Garlic is absolutely
I
keto.
love garlic.
So we can use the sugar to turn into energy. It's a very fast metabolic process. The body prefers it because it's easy to do it that way. But if you take sugar and even sugar as carbohydrates mostly out of your diet and increase the amount of fat that you eat, your body can learn to use fat as your primary energy source. It's called being fat adapted. And on the keto diet, because you're not taking in sugar, you can eat a lot of fat, and it's very, very satiating. So you don't
That's my favorite word.
Let's say it together. Satiating.
The only person that used that word, I'm like, I'm a nerd for using that. I was like, I'm gonna use my word, satiate. And speaking of fat, we have coconut milk here. We're not using the dairy. This is a non-dairy, version. The coconut cream that we're using in our Marry Me Chicken, and it has the fat in it. We're using olive oil, which I'm using the ones that you can cook with. Some are for marinades and salads, which has a low smoke point, so you don't want to use those. I'm using the olive oil, like I said, which has the healthy fats in it as well. Avocados, so many wonderful fats that you can use, put into your body that is beneficial for your brain, those lipids and everything that you need.
And you know what else happened to me, Chef Net? When I stopped eating sugar, my addiction to sugar went away. You tend to think, oh, I'll miss it so much.
Right.
But you really don't. You think you'll miss it because you're missing it right now. You had a Debbie cake an hour ago and now you want another one. But once you get it out of your system, you sort of forget about it. It's not something you miss so much. And there are really, really good sweet substitutes these days. So I eat sweet things that taste sweet in my mouth, but they're just not made of sugar. I use a lot of stevia. I use monk fruit, allulose. There are lots of different options for how to sweeten foods without using actual sugar. So I still have wonderful desserts from time to time.
I love that.
Yeah.
Raisins, figs,
berries,
dates,
all the berries in the world.
Sugar. But they're the sugars that burn slow and your metabolism adapts to them. So that way, if you just eat something like, say, drink a sports drink or a soda with that cane sugar in it, cane sugar is just no, just try to keep it low as you can. But if you notice when you have something like, let's say, a white rice, it's got that high glycemic, it breaks down into sugar and you crash. So if you eat something that's really heavy with carbs and bad fats, notice you crash, you spike, and then you crash.
And you feel terrible.
Absolutely. Yeah, but with the good fats and the good sugars, you're calm, you're more centered, you don't have that brain fog that you experience. And I'm sure that you haven't experienced any of that since you quit sugar. Since you broke up with sugar.
This looks great.
It's looking great.
It
It
smells good.
Yes. I added my garlic to it, trying to make sure my garlic doesn't burn. So I'm adding, oil in between here. But it's coming along quite well. This chicken, along with the bulletproof coffee, and it's making me hungry. Get a close-up of that. And so the chicken is pretty much, let's give it a check. See, Chef DeHart.
How do you tell, Chef Net?
Well, you can pretty much tell when it kind of shrinks. It'll start out big and it'll kind of shrink down. And so I flipped it, about 4 times, cooked it 2 times on each side. So what I do is I just grab a piece, and you see it's still kind of pink right there.
On the side, I do
see that. And since it's so thick,
you're looking at the thickest
I'm looking at the thickness of it. You find the thickest part and just give it a cut and open it up. And what I can do is just crank this down just a little bit. If you have a lid, you can cover it. But what I'm going to do is let this cook a minute or so and then let it cook the rest of the way when we add our cream and our sun-dried tomatoes and our spinach, because we don't want to overcook our chicken either. Nobody want a rubbery piece of chicken, not here on BeatzNEatz. No, we don't. No, we got to make our food match our design. We're going to let this cook a few more seconds.
I can't wait. Oh, I'm glad I came hungry.
I'm glad you came hungry too. We got a lot of food. So we should be ready right now. I'm just going to crank it back up. And right now I'm cooking at about 300 degree temperature on my cooktop. So that would probably be equivalent to like a medium temperature on your stove top.
So Chef Net, the thing that makes this keto friendly is that there's an absence of carbohydrates. We really don't have any carbohydrates in the ingredients that you're using, maybe a couple with the sun-dried tomatoes.
Okay.
And maybe
should I throw them out? I'll throw them
No,
out right now.
no ma'am, no ma'am.
Keep them out.
We're gonna eat those suckers. Maybe like one, there's a little bit of carbohydrates in vegetables. And the more dense the vegetable, the more carbohydrates you'll have in, like broccoli. Broccoli has a little bit more carbohydrates than spinach does. But that's okay. I mean, it's not like we're adding rice to the meal. We're not doing that. And we used a lot of olive oil in the cooking. So that's what makes this one a perfect keto dish.
You heard it first. You heard it here. A keto expert giving you tips and tricks on how to season your food if keto direction that you want to go in. You can see she's had a lot of great results from it. And this is the episode to just give you, if you've been thinking about it, this may be your cue and your sign to kind of just jump in and do it. Just for a little while, you're going to try it out. And if you like it, continue on. So what we're going to do next is we're just going to add our chicken broth in, and then we're going to add, you've got the dried thyme, and I've got the oregano, and we're just going to start seasoning this whole chicken thing up. Chicken stock in here. And you can see it's going to give it that simmer that we want. And you want to get it kind of covered most of the way. It's not completely covered. So now we're just going to add in our ingredients. Just do a shake. Do a little shake and shimmy here. A little shake and shimmy. A little shake and shimmy. Bam! So we're gonna give this a little stir around, a little toss around. And let that soak up in there. You guys can see how well seasoned this is. That's probably the marry me part when it's time to cook with somebody that you're trying to hitch up with, and you're like, oh, this is seasoned nicely.
That would do it for me. That would do it for me.
And so we're gonna add next our sun-dried tomatoes. They smell heavenly. Oh my goodness. So it's got a little oil in it, which adds to the extra flavor that we want, the extra fat that we were talking about. And that's what really kicks it up. Like, I really enjoy a good sun-dried tomato. It's got basic ingredients, oil, and the tomatoes. So we're gonna position those around the pan. And would you like to do the honor of adding the heat? Adding the heat.
You're gonna trust me with that, Chef?
I absolutely do trust you with the heat. Get some down in the oil.
All right, there we go.
That's gonna kick it up. Hopefully it doesn't set our souls on fire.
Hopefully it doesn't.
It doesn't.
Maybe it will.
It probably will. So now that we have our liquid in the pan, we can go ahead and turn it up a little bit. Just crank it up just a little beyond that medium.
Are you trying to bring it to a boil or just get it a little hotter?
Just to get a little hotter and just give it, well, a small boil, a small simmer.
Okay.
Because you want it to start, really start to marry with these ingredients in here. Next, we're going to add in our coconut milk in substitution of the heavy cream, which is pretty thick, so it won't have too much of a coconut flavor to it. If you're like not a big coconut fan, I know a lot of people that aren't. It's just a good substitution if you're, of course this is not vegan, vegetarian, but if you just don't want the dairy in your Marry Me chicken, this would be a great option. Like I said, it's not heavy with a coconut flavor or anything. We just add that through and give it a thickness.
So yeah, so what you're doing right now is what will turn the liquid part into more of a creamy sauce, right?
Right, yeah. And if you want to use the heavy cream, by all means, use what works for you. But I like coconut milk. So everything is in. So we'll let this simmer as well. And wow, we're gonna ask our resident holistic interior designer and Feng Shui practitioner a couple questions, a couple frequently asked questions from people that maybe are looking to get into something like this or have something like this in their home, or just people just curious about Feng Shui and the whole holistic approach. Because now, we need more Zen-like spaces more than ever in our homes, in our workplaces, in our general surroundings. So we're going to ask the expert some questions and just see what she wants to teach us about Feng Shui. So Miss DeHart, if you would grab a question.
I will. How does color choice in a space affect energy, And can it impact creativity? That's a really good question.
I like that question.
Right. So color in regard to Feng Shui is not necessarily connected to the room that you're talking about. But color does matter in Feng Shui. If your listeners or participants want to look up this word, I'm going to teach you another word, ChefNet, and it's called the Bagua map. It's basically a grid of 9 energy areas in your house. It's just a square divided into 9 smaller squares. And the idea is that you would overlay the Bagua map over the footprint of your home, and that will tell you which energy centers are active in which part of your home. Okay? And once you determine which energy centers are present in which room of your house, that's when color would start to matter from a Feng Shui perspective, because each of those energy centers, for instance, there is a fame and reputation energy center. That's one of the energy centers in your home. And the color associated with that energy center is red.
Okay.
So once you determine where your fame and reputation energy center is, ta-da! Nicely done, ChefNet.
You got that, guys? So there is a rhyme, there is a reason with how your house is laid out, even how it's built sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
And color. So we got a simmer going on right now. The next thing we're going to do is thicken it up even further with some Parmesan cheese.
Woo.
And since it's on your side, you can dibble and dabble and drop it in.
This is a lot of Parmesan cheese too.
And we'll have some at the end too to plate it.
Okay. This is maybe the best question there is in regard to Feng Shui.
Okay.
What is the #1 mistake people make when designing a space for good energy flow? It's a very, very simple answer. Clutter. Feng Shui harnesses the idea that there's this stuff called qi. And that would just equate to the idea of positive energy, good, auspicious, lucky energy. And I like to imagine it as maybe like a little fairy who comes to your front door, and you open the door and the little fairy comes in. And where might that fairy want to go, or what might catch its attention? So you want to welcome it in, have it go all through your home.
Are we drinking something before?
Absolutely.
Because we see this fairy come in, we might be like, am I
we're using our imagination, Chef.
Okay,
we're using our imagination.
Okay, I'm going to do nothing else. All right.
All right.
The little comes in,
a little chi fairy is coming through our house. Now, imagine a very, very cluttered house. Do you feel like our little chi fairy is going to be happy?
Not at all.
Probably not.
They're tripping over stuff.
They're getting lost. Maybe you're looking in a corner, can't get back out again.
Right.
There's so much stuff.
Yeah.
That is the biggest no-no in regard to Feng Shui, and that is just having your home cluttered.
Feng Shui, basic. Pretty much.
Absolutely.
Okay, and just think about it. When you come into your space and it's clear, you got a walking path, you see all the things that you love that are present, and the things that you don't want to see on a daily basis, they're put away. Right. And I get that. I understand it. Because I'm like a minimalist, so I'm just like, all the stuff has to go before I can do anything productive.
Yeah.
I'm going to add one thing to this pan right here.
That looks like one really good thing.
This is our last thing.
That looks fantastic.
A lot of good knowledge and information being provided in this episode, and that's another reason why I wanted to collaborate with DeHart Designs and just give you the information to get that clarity, to get that peace. And BeatzNEatz is not just about cooking and music. It's about what cooking and music brings, which is the healing, which is the vitality, which is the freedom, which you represent. So that was one thing I was really excited about. Not only, expoing this beautiful background, but just the benefits of the Feng Shui and the Bagua map and all the things that she's talking about here into this episode. So I thank you so much for providing your expertise and your time to come in here and share with the audience all some good information. So this is coming along beautifully. We've added our spinach to it, and we got a simmer going on.
So ChefNet, one thing that people could do, if you're used to eating like rice with a meal like this, you could put some cauliflower. I actually eat a lot of cauliflower.
Great.
Yeah. And when I say rice cauliflower, you know, if you've ever worked with cauliflower before, it will sort of crumble in your hands if you handle it too much. That's basically ricing it. You turn it into the little pieces. You can do it on a grater, or even in bigger chunks if you wanted to, will be fine. And you could put that in here, and while it won't soak up the liquid like rice would, but it still would give you a similar mouth feel. When you eat it, it would feel in your mouth a little bit like having like rice in a dish like this. So that's an idea.
Should we add some cauliflower?
Do you have some?
Of course.
What? Silly question. ChefNEatz, I was looking at your book.
Yes, that is my prized possession there. Love it. Oh my gosh.
I have bought a couple of these myself and given them as gifts to friends.
It's
wonderful.
Really?
Yeah.
Try not to cry on camera, but I feel a tear coming on. Thank you so much. That has a special place in my heart, and that means a lot to me to know that this message in this book, a lot of things that we discussed in this episode are in this book. So I'll leave the link in the description so you can grab your copy. And through the magic of television, we have So what we're gonna do is what she recommended. We got our cauliflower here. We're gonna grate it up in there.
Sure. Yeah.
And see, and it gives the appearance of rice.
While you're doing that, ChefNEatz, another idea that, like, I like spaghetti.
I love spaghetti.
Yeah.
Love spaghetti.
I can't have regular spaghetti anymore because of the pasta. There's this amazing thing that you can buy in the produce section of the grocery store called a spaghetti squash.
Yes.
Which it's very large, about this big, and you just poke a couple holes in it, bake it, and then once it's done, you take a fork and just kind of comb through it, and it comes out like spaghetti. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
You've used these
you
before,
see me
right?
smiling.
Absolutely.
I'm smiling big because I love spaghetti
They
squash.
taste great, and it again gives you the feeling of, you know, pasta, but without the carbohydrates.
Right. And so you enjoy it and you're not crashing.
Correct. Exactly.
It's thickening up. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit because, you know, this is the keto holistic episode of BeatzNEatz, and we have an amazing beat for you to go right along with this whole thing that we're doing here.
That's so exciting.
I think you're ready. The music is my favorite part. Even though I love food and I love cooking, but music just brings a whole other element. You see my whole body language.
I see.
It changes when I get ready to do it. This beat is called Terrestrial Zen. It's a lo-fi beat, and the keys are just snug, and the kicks are earthy, like the kicks, the bass drum. You play drums, so you know the bass. She's tricks of trades. She does it all. The keys are snug, the vocals are tantric, really sexy, and the shakers, they just lull you to zen.
You have a good time up here in BeatzNEatz.
That is Terrestrial Zen. I have an amazing time up here cooking and making music and dancing. And it's all, this whole thing is infused with love and gratitude. And you just feel the energy even right now as we're cooking with intention, in a space of intention.
So the idea of intention, it's a perfect word for Feng Shui. It flows through a lot of these answers, actually. This question is, what is one easy Feng Shui tip anyone can do to make their kitchen feel more balanced?
Ooh.
Making sure it's not cluttered, putting things away, and setting up your space so that it's convenient, right? So you did it when you set up the show today, ChefNEatz. You put all of your utensils close by, your spices close by, because you knew you were going to be needing them for this. Which it would be aggravating, right, to be cooking right here and your spices be 2 rooms away, right?
Very aggravating.
Yeah.
Very, 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 very aggravating. You had to run and go grab the cauliflower. You guys, she's gonna give us some information how we can, and we're gonna tell you again at the end, but just give us some information how we can get in contact with you, how we can work with you, and how the audience can reach out to you.
Sure, sure. So generally, if I hear from folks, I will respond and see what you're looking for, and then we'll have an initial consultation, and I'll see if what you're actually looking for is something I can do.
Okay.
And then if so, then we will come up with a plan and move from there. Probably the easiest way to reach me is just through sending me an email, old school.
Okay.
And again, my name is Beth DeHart. So my email is beth@DeHartInteriors.com. And then Facebook, you can find me by searching DeHart Designs. Instagram, DeHart Interior Designs. And then Blue Sky, just search for DeHart Designs.
Got you. So you have all the information, what you need to get in touch with Beth and get this amazing experience. And it's not just it's not just a wall, it's an experience. You want to experience this whole feeling, not just the look, but the feeling that's involved with having her as an expert come into your home and do some amazing things. So again, I appreciate you for being on the show and bringing your expertise as a holistic interior designer, a Feng Shui practitioner, and sharing with the world your gifts and your talents.
Thank you, Chef. Thank you for having me.
So we're almost done here. Our cauliflower that we added in is cooked in. I would like for it to be a little more thick, but I'm pretty sure once it cools down, it'll give us that thickening agent. And of course, I can always add a little more coconut milk to it. In the kitchen, it's all about adjusting. So,
So another thing that I use when I cook dishes like this sometimes is there's a product called arrowroot powder.
Arrowroot. And actually, have some of that.
You do?
I do. Go figure.
Right. Well, you can make a little roux with arrowroot powder like you do when you're making gravy, just a little bit. And that will serve as a thickening agent as well.
Okay. So cornstarch is not on the keto
No, because it's made from corn.
Okay. See, that's why she's a keto expert. We're going to get it ready. We're going to get it plated up. And we're going to taste it and see what this Keto Marry Me Chicken. This is my first time having it. That's my first time cooking it. So we're going to see what this recipe is hitting for. You ready to play?
Let's plate it.
Feeling. I think I like the feeling. I think I like the feeling. I think I like the feeling. Feeling. I think I like the feeling. I think I like the feeling.
So we're back and our Keto Marry Me Chicken is plated up and ready to go. Beth DeHart Design has made a wonderful dish. I'm gonna start calling her Chef DeHart. Chef DeHart has
just gave me a promotion.
Just promote it. Promote it right here on BeatzNEatz. Like I say, our Keto Marry Me Chicken meal is all plated up and ready to go. You ready to taste?
So ready.
I've been ready to taste. This is
looks great.
Let's dig in.
Chef, now are you calling this Marry Me Chicken?
Yes.
Like if you want to get married to somebody, you're gonna make them this meal right here.
I'm gonna make them this meal.
All right. That's high promise right there.
Hey, if you get this meal, just know. And I serve it to you on a really nice, just know.
Okay. Here we go, Chef Netz.
Here we go. And I got ketchup. Try to get everything. Really? Is it Marry Me Chicken worthy? Is Marry Me Chicken worthy? Oh my gosh. Oh, we're speechless because you see what a beautiful room and a beautiful setup will do for your food.
Chef Netz, that is delicious.
Oh my gosh. I didn't pay her to say this, y'all. This is, yeah.
It's wonderful. And you did come in and add a little bit of arrowroot powder.
I did. So to get it thickened up, we're talking about cornstarch and how that's not keto friendly. It's got corn in it.
Right.
Get you some arrowroot powder, add you some cold water to it, make a slurry. And it's just like making a gravy or a roux. And it thickened up that sauce that we had in there and the chicken stock, the chicken broth that we used and the coconut milk, and just made it thicker with the tomatoes and the spinach. And it picked it up another notch.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Oh
Just enough heat. It's not too hot.
It's like a little reminder that I got a little heat in
Got
me.
a little bit in here. Don't forget about me.
Right. So Beth, just
Yes.
the cheese in here, the Parmesan cheese. I just love food. The Parmesan cheese. Just make sure you got your Parmesan cheese in there. If you can tolerate cheese, just okay.
Okay.
Anyway, how can our viewers get in touch with you and find out how to connect with you to get this beautiful background space, or just to even clear up their space without, take out the clutter and repurpose some things that they may have in their homes, or just lighten up their environment? How do they do that?
Yeah, two easiest ways to do that is to visit my website, which is just DeHartInteriors.com.
Okay.
Or send me an email at beth@DeHartInteriors.com.
DeHartInteriors.com. Got it. So we're gonna grab our Keto Marry Me Chicken, and we're gonna go. And you guys, enjoy some beats.
Feeling, I think I like the feeling, I think I like the feeling, I think I like the feeling. Feeling, I think I like the feeling, I think I like the feeling, I think I like the feeling. Feeling, I think I like the feeling, I think I like the feeling, I think I like the feeling. Feeling, I think I like the feeling, I think I like the feeling, I think I like the feeling. Feeling, I think I like the feeling, I think I like the feeling, I think I like the feeling. Feeling, feeling.